Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent. The channel is EOS San Diego. And as you can see behind me, we're getting ready to have a little party here tomorrow morning. We're having a little get together. We're going to be talking about challenge and a few other things that we're preparing in the very near future. So we've decided to have a little get together here in San Diego. We're going to have about 30, 35 people here that we're talking to. The people that we're talking to are basically people that are interested in doing business with us in the future, interested in partnering with us in challenge. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow morning. So tonight I wanted to make a little bit of a video tonight about the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange. I believe his name is Jeff Spector, is saying digital assets, digital currencies are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. And not only is he saying that, they're also planning on having some. I think they're teaming up with Starbucks, and who else are they teaming up? Starbucks and somebody else. Can't remember who else it was. But they're teaming up to make Bitcoin futures. So they're going to be having Bitcoin futures in the very near future. This is infrastructure that's being built today for cryptocurrency trading tomorrow. Bitcoin's here to stay, according to the New York Stock Exchange. It's not going anywhere. And he even compared it a little bit to the Dow Jones Industrials. The Dow Jones Industrial Index is a group of, it used to be the industrials, Dow Jones Industrial stocks, but over years they've added some tech companies. And I don't even know what is part of the Dow Jones now, but it's an index of a number of companies that is supposed to give you a barometer on how the economy is doing. But over the years, those companies have become, less important, so other companies have moved in. And right now, he basically says it's not a very important index, but it's still around. He even compares that to Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin, even though it may not be the absolute best we have for cryptocurrencies, but it's here to stay, just like the Dow Jones Industrials. God only knows how long the Dow Jones Industrials has been around a long time. It was around prominently for a long, long time. I think maybe since the 20s. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. But Dow Jones Industrials has been around a long time, and he's comparing Bitcoin to the Dow Jones Industrials. That's the longevity that he feels Bitcoin has. So we're looking at long-term stuff here, and we're looking at infrastructure being built out. And of course, he's doing his futures. Now, I wish I could remember what the other company was, Starbucks and somebody else that he's doing it with. But anyway, he's doing the futures starting January. I think they're waiting to see what's going to happen. Everybody's kind of like giving the rest of the year a casual, let's just let it go, whatever happens the rest of the year. Probably won't be anything spectacular, so we'll just start again next year. So the rest of the year is just going to be a little bit of a, let's go for next year and see what happens. So that's why they're doing it next year. They're going to do these futures next year. And of course, you still have the other ETFs going on out there too. So you have a lot of stuff going. You have a lot of people involved. You have people, when you have people in the New York Stock Exchange, chairman of the New York Stock Exchange actually endorsing Bitcoin as something that's going to be in the future. You know that we're headed for better days as far as price is concerned. The other thing I briefly saw this morning, of course, I've been busy all day with this event, trying to get this prepared and get ready for that tomorrow. But I noticed briefly too, Jay Clayton had said a few things today. Of course, Jay Clayton is the Security Exchange Commission chairman. And what he said today was that there needs to be less volatility in the market before ETFs are approved by the Security Exchange Commission. And maybe stuff like what they're doing with what Spector's doing as far as having these exchanges, or where you can actually futures traded, is giving them some opportunity to feel like there's more stability in the market. I don't know. But anyway, there's stuff going on. Like I said, there's a lot of infrastructure being built out. I talked about Ohio using Bitcoin to pay taxes in the state of Ohio. So there's a lot of things going on right now that are definitely giving Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies a future that I think is inevitable to happen. Not to mention the fact that there's so much debt in this world today, incredible amounts of debt, that unless they found another way to, exchange this debt for something else, cryptocurrencies, they're running out of instruments to exchange debt for. there's not enough gold in the world to back all the debt there is in the world. So you've got to have some other asset form or some other way of being able to make the debt justifiable. So they're going to continue to run up debt, which they are, because there's nothing working right now. Commodities are down, stock market's down, crypto's down, asset markets are down, housing prices are down, everything's down. So, but debt continues to climb. So if debt continues to climb where everything else is going down, it's going to bring down assets too. So if the debt continues to rise, but the assets aren't inflating because everything is going negative right now, you're going to have to do something to increase the asset class. Some asset class has to be able to be something that people can continue to create debt over. You can't just continue to do quantitative easing forever. You're going to have to create another asset class, and that's cryptocurrencies. It's inevitable, it's going to happen, and that's just the way it is. So we can look forward to that. We can look forward to the fact that a lot of debt's going to get transferred to cryptos. It's just the way the world works. Pretty interesting that the debt is what keeps things going. And of course, when you borrow against everything as much as you can borrow against it, there's nothing left, and then what you're borrowing against goes down in value. You got to find something else to borrow against, because I think it's going to be cryptocurrencies. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.